Hello, everyone, and welcome back. It's been a while.
It's been a very long time. Too long, some might say. Or
Yes.
not long enough.
Yeah, either one. But we're back 2 weeks late because the Rock stars in a movie that's DC's and Warner Brothers' last movie of the year because they ran out of money or something. I don't remember. The news has been long.
Yeah, the article was they can only output 2 films a year.
No, for the remainder of this year, they only had enough money to
Yeah.
release 2
But I
films.
thought it was following years as well. They can only do two a year.
No, that's probably bullshit. It might be true. DC and Warner Brothers and Discovery's complete state and lack of understanding of anything is good. Although they have hired James Gunn and another guy to run DC, so
Might be good.
we could have a change around. But no, we're talking about Black Adam, a movie that is fine, but Dan loved.
Once I loved it, but I was entertained. I wouldn't say I hated it. I enjoyed watching it.
I'd say I was mildly entertained. It had moments, but I don't love it. I think it's pretty bog standard and it copies a lot of other movies.
Well,
I'm just sat there watching it going, hey, look, that's from another movie.
okay, for me,
And The Rock can't act for shit.
this film isn't really about plot or anything. The most entertaining thing for me was the actions and the visuals.
Oh, no, I didn't like them.
Did you not like them? Like, very cinematic. I think there's one too many slow-mos.
Yeah, it's very slow-mo heavy. It's
There's
very...
Maybe one
Like,
or two.
again, it copies Zack Snyder. It's very slow-mo heavy.
There's quite a few slow-mos. I think the first one was cool. We painted black, and then they didn't really keep doing it.
Yep.
I think it's because
Oh yeah,
super
by the way,
speed in
full
it.
spoilers. Full spoilers, I don't care. It's been 2 weeks. If you haven't watched it, you're not going to go watch it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But yeah. Yeah, I agree with you. The slow-mo... I don't really like the first one, to be honest. That whole him coming out of the ground and then just obliterating people, where it just kind of slow-mo speeds up, I was just like, ugh, okay.
To be fair, I just like the song, to be honest. I might have just liked it more.
I didn't even know what the song was.
It's Painted
'cause everyone
Black.
keeps... Yeah, I don't think I ever heard that before.
You've never heard Painted Black? How have you not heard that?
I have no musical knowledge. Painted Black.
I love
don't
that song.
remember.
I mainly love it because of Call of Duty
Black
Zombies. Black Ops 3.
by the Rolling Stones.
Yeah, it was the Call of Duty Black Ops 3 reveal trailer song. And
I might have heard it. Oh no, I have heard this, but I don't think it works in that scene at all.
I don't really care. I like the music. I thought it was great. Painted Black, Black Adam, you know.
This had the Suicide Squad vibes, where it's like every like action beat needs like a pops, like a current music song or some like doesn't match with the tone at all.
Yeah, I suppose, but I honestly,
But it's less obnoxious than the Suicide Squad one.
I had such low expectations for this film. I had such bad critical reviews, so I just went in there just expecting the worst.
Well, I think the audience is. I think it's another one where the critics are like, "Yeah, this is a pretty 50 split," and then audiences are like, "No, we're gonna go against that. We're gonna love it."
Yeah, it is. I know I hate Rotten Tomatoes, but
Well,
it
yeah.
is a general consensus if people like the film or not.
Okay, it's got 40% on Rotten Tomatoes, so it's dropped a bit.
Yeah,
'Cause it was
but
like
the audience
50.
is massive.
I think the audience is like 80 something.
It's like 80 or 90.
89. There we go.
Yeah, the audience seem to love it way more. And I think that's fair, right? I
Well,
like
yeah,
it.
because it's a Rock handle, and every Rock movie, even if it's a critical shit stain, it just gets loved by anyone who loves The Rock.
I don't hate The Rock.
Whereas I hate the.
I don't hate The
hate
Rock.
him as a person. I hate him as an actor.
I don't know how to act him. He's got
'Cause
such
he
good
can't
charisma.
act for shit.
Yeah, he's got good charisma.
But that's not acting. Ryan Reynolds has a shit ton of charisma, but he can also act. The Rock only has one mode, and it's the entire movie.
I think my biggest problem for this was why does a man from Kandik have an American accent?
Man from where? Candy.
Kandik.
Oh, Kodak.
I thought it was Kandik, but alright.
It's Kodak. I
Oh,
think it's
whatever.
Kodak.
That's
It's like Kodak. It's like the camera company, Kodak.
Yeah, why does he have an American accent? He's been dead for 5,000 years and he has an American accent.
Oh yeah. Why? Why does he come back and he can just speak English?
Yeah.
There's no reason.
That was
movie has.
that's my biggest complaint. Like, why? How is this possible?
Also, The Rock loves to do like cultural like touchstones. So because he was in the Fast and Furious one where he dresses up in his little outfit, and then suddenly he's wearing shorts again. Like, because he has to go grab a helicopter. He wears his full traditional garb, and then he has to go grab a helicopter, so he's wearing full-on, like, cargo shorts. Or something like that. I can't remember.
What about the Justice Society of America?
I liked them.
Yeah,
they
I liked them too.
are absolutely shit at their job, except for Dr. Fate. But yeah.
Well, I feel like they may be building things up again. It seems like they're going to be building up to include the Justice Society of America.
Well, yeah, because they lost the Justice League. Because they're like, fuck, we've burnt all of these. Okay, big spoiler, Henry Cavill's back as Superman. That came out before the movie.
Yeah.
And that came out after the movie, like a day.
Which means he's actually leaving Witcher as well.
Yeah.
He's
I
not
didn't
going to
watch
season
The
4.
Witcher, so yeah. Liam Hemsworth.
Yeah.
I also imagine it's because Henry Cavill's become very expensive now.
Well, I don't know. He really enjoys Witcher. He loves the Witcher games.
But I think the reasonings behind it were he was clashing with the writing staff and the directors and stuff because they didn't like the books.
Yeah,
and so they kept trying to change the book like text.
And Henry Cavill was like, "No, this is the way forward." I know
because Henry Cavill is a diehard like big fan of this stuff, and he's a big nerd basically.
He is.
And so he kept trying to get his the actual character on screen rather than just this grunty guy. I haven't watched it, but apparently Geralt is just grunty, whereas in the books he actually like talks and has dialogue and shit like that.
Yeah.
And so Henry Cavill was clashing on that, and then I imagine because it was in the interim between him playing Superman and having this. Also, apparently the rumor is he might be playing James Bond as well. So his schedule is becoming very busy, if that's true.
I mean,
yeah,
I can see him as James Bond, to be fair.
Well, yeah, he does.
He's done literally spy films.
Yeah, he's done a spy film. If you ever watched The Man from U.N.C.L.E., that's very good.
I've started watching that.
Yeah, it's good.
I know you hate me for doing this, but I tend to have a habit of going to watch a film for like an hour, then come back a week later and finish it.
Yeah, that's not how you want me to watch stuff.
That's how
like
I do
people
it.
who watch like TV shows like a bit at a time and then go, "Oh yeah, that was a great show." I'm like, that's not how these things are meant to be watched. This isn't TikTok. Because you miss shit. Like, oh yeah, I'm doing stuff in the background. Like, I'm not watching it. I hate that. That's not how that... Like, TikTok, yeah, put it in the background. Fuck it, whatever. I don't care. Do your life. But, like, actual television, and then you can't complain that you don't understand what's going on, because you're not watching it. Anyway, The Rock and his movie, Black Adam.
Yes. Carrying on with the Justice Society of America, clearly this is going to be the way they're going to spearhead forward.
Also, why is Amanda Waller in charge of it?
She's not in charge of it.
Yeah, she is.
No, she's just talking to...
No, but she's the one who gives them the mission. She's the Suicide Squad.
Well, no,
director.
I think the Justice Society of America, that they're sort of like their own,
they're like
for hire
contract
almost.
Yeah, but like,
so I guess Amanda Waller hiring.
Why isn't she sending in the Suicide? Why isn't there a funny moment where the Suicide Squad turns up as well?
That's because that's saved for Peacemaker.
Yeah, I haven't watched that, and isn't someone from Peacemaker in this?
Yes, Amanda Hawcourt.
Yeah.
Not Amanda Hawcourt.
Is that James?
I know it's Hawcourt,
wife?
but yeah, James Gunn's wife. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Because I didn't recognize her at all, and then people were like, "Oh yeah, that lady in the prison thing is the Suicide Squad lady," and I was like, "What?" I
realized it.
I haven't watched Peacemaker.
I'm very happy we saw Dr. Fate.
Yep, he's got Doctor Strange powers, but less.
Yes, although it's kind of a bit more explained, almost. It's not just magic, it's meant to be just a power from a different...
Also, this is a thing that I found funny. There's a moment where the tornado lady goes...
Cyclone.
His helmet will kill you if you touch it. And it chooses who it wants. And there's like no moment where anyone picks up his helmet and just dies. Like a bad guy tries to pick up his helmet and dies. It's only Hawkman, and Hawkman can suddenly just use his helmet.
Yeah, that would have been good if... Well, I think the helmet chose him to help, but...
Yeah. Also, do you reckon Dr. Fate's vision was just Hawkman pretending to get, like, stabbed by a pipe, and Dr. Fate killed himself?
I think that vision we saw was of what's going to happen in the film. But I do believe Dr. Fate had 3 visions. But I think that was just as a red herring for the audience.
Yeah, but it was so obvious. I like the self-sacrifice thing, but I was like, but this is the best character. But I guess Pierce Brosnan didn't want to do more.
No, he probably didn't.
And I guess you can just give that helmet to someone else, because like there's different versions in the comics. There's like a guy from space, and there's like aliens and all of that shit.
I imagine there'll be another Doctor Fate, but I hope actually they do a Justice Society of America film, maybe. Or maybe they can just keep it as it is, like they sort of go into other DC projects.
Yeah, who knows?
I also wonder if we're going to see Hawkgirl.
We're in phase 1 of a new phase, according to Dwayne Johnson.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this is phase 1. This is a phase 1 movie. How many phases before that did we have? Because this is still technically tied to the... Like, this is what I hate, is like, with Henry Cavill coming back, like, I like Henry Cavill as Superman, but his what he had was absolute dog shit. I think he looks the part, and he has in the brief snippet we got from Joss Whedon's Justice League, where he's like full of hope and happy and shit like that. I thought it was fine, but like dark, moody Superman is.
It doesn't work, does it? Really? Like Superman's not. I don't feel like he's meant to be dark or moody unless they do the Injustice storyline.
Yeah, but you can't, because at this point you have
Homelander,
right, you have Omni-Man, you have like that little kid from that James Gunn thing, where it's like evil Superman as a child. Like, it's not interesting anymore. Like, the only reason they do it is because... And also, the whole problem with that was that you can't then turn him into Dark Superman, because he's already Dark Superman. There was no
exactly,
change.
yeah.
Like, that was the issue with Zack Snyder's. It was like, this guy has no hope. He's just like, oh, I'm just doing this out of obligation because my girlfriend's Amy Adams. And she wants me to keep humanity alive. Like, you get no sense that he actually cares about humanity, apart from, like, her and his mum. And his dad, but he lets his dad die in a tornado, so what are you gonna do?
Yeah, that's true. Anyway, back to Black Adam. Stop getting sidetracked.
But that's just DC at the moment.
It is. My biggest problem with this film would have probably been the origin story.
Oh.
Like the actual 5,000 years ago. I thought that was... I'm not a great fan of that sort of storytelling.
They also ruined the twist in the trailers.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, because it's like, oh, my son dies, I was a slave before my son died, and then I became Black Adam. Like, they literally tell you that his son dies in the trailer.
Yeah.
And it's like meant to be this, even though you can really tell that The Rock is in that flashback where it's like,
yeah, I know,
like you're meant to think it's like, him as the kid, but
I knew
it's
it.
like
I
you
knew
then
it was his
see
dad.
like
It's
a
like...
fully grown like titan of a man just standing next to this small child who looks like The Rock. And I think they've skinnied him up a bit.
But it's the same what they did in Captain America: First Avenger.
Yeah, but not as much.
Not as much.
I think they just went, okay, we'll just shave a bit off. We'll get a cheese grater and we'll shave it off in like After Effects, and then it's just The Rock, still gigantic beacon of a man, standing next to the small child, and then you're meant to go, oh yeah, he's the child. No, he's the dad. That's so obvious. And then in the trailers, you're like, oh, the kid dies. Great. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I don't think the reveal had the weight to it. Like I said, I'm not a fan of that whole backstory in the first place, of just having someone talk over everything. It's fine in short bits, but it was so long.
But I feel like this, because originally this was meant to be an R-rated film, and then they had to cut out a load of stuff.
I can see that. There was definitely a few moments, a few skeletons.
Well, the bit where the first guy gets completely obliterated and just turns into a pile of goop.
I was
like, they have to cut away from it, and then you see like a bit of goop.
I was like, that's very close to being R-rated.
Yeah, but it's goop, so it's fine.
I am actually sort of surprised DC. I think the reason why they didn't make it R-rated is because of Shazam, and Shazam's not R-rated.
I think. Also, they didn't have faith in this, and they just wanted to get as many people in to... Same as Morbius. Because Morbius was also meant to be R-rated, but they went, shit, this is kind of garbage. We need to kind of make it so it's got a more wider audience.
Yeah.
Oh, God, we're going to need people to come see this. Because it's not doing great. Its budget is $200 million, and it's made $258 million.
Not too bad. It's made $58 million. Well,
yeah, but you've got to include marketing, so that doubles the production cost. So it's lost money so far, because it's about $400 million if you're counting it. So it's not, but I don't know if that's total box office or just American box office.
I can check first. Meanwhile, I want to carry on talking about other aspects of the film. I want to bring up the music and the actual
Very
theme.
Disjointed. I don't even remember his theme.
I love the theme song so much. It's stuck on my head.
What is it? Because I don't remember it.
It's literally played so much in the film. I don't know how you cannot It's played like every 5 minutes.
I never pay attention to that sort of stuff.
I
always believe that a good soundtrack should just elevate scenes, but you don't notice it. And then a theme song is like the thing that you're meant to get caught in your head. Because I've been singing the Ghostbusters theme song. Even though I don't like Ghostbusters, I've just been like, who are you going to call? Ghostbuster. Because it's just like catchy. And it was Halloween, so I was just like, yeah, I'll just listen to that over and over again for some stupid reason.
I actually think
someone
did it in
like
theme,
8-bit music as well, so I was just like, oh, that's cool.
You can disagree with me here, but I think the Black Adam theme is actually better than the Batman theme.
I don't remember either.
See, I remember themes. I pay attention to these things. That's like what I pay attention to more than anything else in the film.
Turn on dark mode, thank you. That makes my vision so much nicer. Thank you, you two, for that suggestion. Ugh. I know I should have it on before, but oh god, I have an eye infection, so I'm having trouble looking at my screen. It hurts a lot. But this is the lengths that we go to give you good content. Black
Adam's 258 million worldwide.
There you go. Okay, Black Adam theme, Lone Lorne Balfe. Okay.
It's literally played so much in the film. I don't know how you can not notice it.
Okay. Yeah, it sounds fine. I don't remember it, but it sounds fine.
I enjoy themes. I listen to themes on a daily basis.
Right, I was meant to look up Batman's. The Batman theme. Michael Giacchino is the Batman. Oh no, I like the Batman's ones more. Yeah, I remember the Batman's.
I might think you might disagree with me, but I prefer the Black Adam one just because I'd like that. I don't know.
I can understand why you'd like it. I disagree. I think the Batman's one's still good.
So we talked about Dr. Fate. We've talked about Cyclone. We haven't really talked about Hawkman.
He's an idiot.
He has a lot of fierce rivalry with Black Adam.
Yep, male testosterone bashing heads. Also, okay, yeah, we'll get to it because I just remembered something I despise about this movie, and I have erased it from my head, but I just remembered what it was.
Is it Atom Smasher?
No, it's the child.
The child. Oh, that child.
Yeah,
I was just way too like
the child on a skateboard who drives me insane. Because
why?
Because I fucking despise him. He's just that kid is so murder hungry. It's crazy.
He's been oppressed for all his lifetime.
Yeah, but it doesn't fucking matter. Like that kid is on a skateboard 90% of his screen time. And he's trying to do like little runaway sequences, but rather than run away, he gets on a skateboard and slowly glides. And then people go, "What's that noise? Why is there a skateboard?" and start shooting at him. I hate that kid. That kid fucking drove me insane every time he was on screen. Because he's meant to be. I think this was meant to be like The Rock's like Terminator 2, where he's not playing the bad guy, but he's still like anti.
Oh, he's definitely a villain. He just kills everyone. He just kills everyone he sees. He doesn't care.
But Dan, he says he's not he's not the good guy. Like, fucking a billion
he says, I'm not a hero. I just kill everything.
But every chance he gets, he kills only the bad guy.
Yeah.
He doesn't kill a single good person.
Well, it's because heroes aren't supposed to kill, are they? Let's be honest. In DC, Batman, Superman.
But, like, if there was, like, any sense of, like, morally grey area to him, he's just not, though. He doesn't kill a single... Like, even by accident, he doesn't kill, like, a single good person. There's no moment in this movie where he kills anyone unintentionally who's good or, like, just a civilian. He just only murders the supposed bad guys. Like, he's not morally grey at all. He's just edgy. He just doesn't want to be useful. That's the only thing. He's just a cunt.
He seemed to have changed a bit from... his first adaptation. His first adaptation was he was a complete villain. There was no good thing about him.
Do you want to know why?
Go on.
Because The Rock's been cast in this role since 2009.
Yeah.
And so The Rock doesn't play bad guys. So they went, shit, we'll change him to a good guy in the an anti-hero in the comics who's like morally grey, and so that when The Rock finally does get his movie, the comics line up with The Rock.
Yeah.
His take. And it's just like, well, that's stupid. The Rock shouldn't be cast in this role because he can't fucking act for shit. He just does the same. Like, he's meant to be brooding. Like, he's just meant to be like, he doesn't show an ounce of like emotion. Even when the kid's like gonna get shot in the head and he's just like, Aah! It's the same as him just being like killing a guy. It's just like, like that's not you. Oh my god. Anyway, Hawkman. I went on a little tirade about a small child.
Yeah, you did. Hawkman. So, After what I think I know a fair bit from this from watching DC's Legends of Tomorrow.
Yes.
Because this is what I'm wondering: is DC going to do this storyline? I kind of hope they do because it actually really interests me with Hawkman and Hawkgirl.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how much you know about it.
I know stuff from the comics. I know that he's apparently immortal in some variation.
He's not quite immortal, so every time he dies, he comes back to life and reborn.
Which, if that's true, why did Dr. Fate care?
Because he still dies. Like he doesn't come back to life straight away. He doesn't come back for like another 30 years. And Dr. Fate won't be with him again. He still has to watch him die and stuff. He does
but now he's had to watch Dr. Fate die. It's a weird,
it's a bit weird
logic jump. I hate living. We've had really not that much of a sense of that. I think he's over 100 in the film, Dr. Fate.
Yeah, yes, he is, yeah.
Yeah.
So Hawkman and Hawkgirl are meant to be from ancient Egypt time. Hawkgirl
which isn't mentioned at all. So
no, there's literally no.
Like it would have been interesting if there was a Hawkman in that time period.
Yeah.
Who could have saved that?
Well, no, that was BC or something. It was like a long time ago. Ancient Egypt wasn't that long.
Yeah, but if the Hawkman is like immortal and comes back every whatever time he dies, if there was a Hawkman around that time who had that outfit or whatever, and could have helped save Kandak or whatever the fuck.
That's what I'm saying. Hawkman isn't until like a few years later, like a few thousand years later.
Yeah, but but you could change story points to make
I suppose,
it.
Yeah.
Because you changed Black Adam to be an anti-hero. You could change Hawkman's origin so that he had a character. And then you have like a reason, like, oh, that's me in the past. I've changed. And then The Rock could go, oh, fuck, I can change.
Maybe, I don't know.
Because he just does a 180, like, instantaneously after a small child nearly gets shot in the face. And it's just like, yeah, I'm going to turn myself in because I'm not a hero and I finally understand that you want to arrest me and I'm going to go sit in a prison cell with which, like, there's a billion other people in there for some fucking...
Yeah, I do have a bit of a problem with that because that made sense at the end of the film. It doesn't really make sense in the middle of the film.
Well, no,
because
like, towards the end of the film. And then he fucking breaks out of it because Dr. Fate's like, oh yeah, here we go. Let's break you out of prison. And then rather than saying Shazam to turn into Black Adam, he goes and fights a bunch of dudes without turning into Shazam.
and then drowns himself.
Drowns himself like an idiot when he could have just said Shazam.
I was wondering, like, why didn't he just take it out? Like, he just took it out so easy in the water.
Like, he goes, oh yeah, I'm gonna... like, even if he got shot a bunch, he could have just... and then he gets all his powers back and he doesn't get shot. Like,
yeah, I don't know.
Because he could... it's so fucking stupid.
Unless maybe he doesn't work if he's underground or something, I don't know.
No, I guess because the lightning maybe needs
maybe, it's something they're thinking of, maybe, because it's...
Yeah, but even then...
bunker.
It's just atmospheric pressure, so it could just change around him.
Anyway, I would love to see a Hawkman, Hawkgirl, Vandal Savage film.
Yeah?
So Vandal Savage is an actual immortal. He actually cannot die.
Like Mr. Immortal from this month.
Like Mr. Immortal. So he's also from ancient Egypt. Supposedly he's in all of the crimes in humanity, like Hitler and stuff as well.
Nice.
He's just a really
We also know
dictator.
The minions were avoiding Hitler.
Yes, we do know that.
Got frozen in the ice or something.
Just to remind everyone once again,
if the minions were around during World War II, they would have worked for Hitler.
And then the final member we haven't really spoke about is Atom Smasher.
I hate him. He's just a bad Ant-Man.
He's kind of the opposite way around.
What, Giant Man, then?
Yeah. Which is weird, because DC also have the Atom, who goes small.
Yeah.
DC's
characters can only do one thing, Dan.
They can only have to go small or only go big.
Also, it's meant to be a vintage suit, but it looks brand new.
Yeah, I know. It's like...
I feel like whoever they go... I can't remember who it is. I think it's the Fonz or something. It's the Cameo. But it looks like it was on Cameo. It looks like DC just paid the guy on Cameo to do that line. Because there's no... That was the thing. Their introduction is really weird, because it's just like, oh yeah, we're going to cut away from the movie to introduce all these characters.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, oh, okay. And then it's just like, oh, we're here now. Like, I guess. It seems like it's their first mission together as well. It's just like a weird thing.
To literally fight a godlike human being.
God, who they also apparently know the backstory of. Because it's like, oh yeah, he didn't save Kandak. He obliterated it in his anger, and that's why they're trying to take him down. But they don't say that. They're just like, well, we're going to you can either surrender or we got to arrest you or fight the shit out of you. And then it's just like, no. And then there's like 2 jokes I liked in this movie because everything else fell flat. This isn't really one I liked, but this one was just kind of could have showed like the difference in like heroes and villains. And it was when he saves the Hawkman saves the bad guys from the Rock's dropping them. Yeah. And then all of the villagers boo at him. Yeah. And then the Rock just obliterates them. That's great. And everyone's like, yeah. And I'm like, God, those people are murder hungry. I get that they're being oppressed, but like, fuck me. They're like,
well, people are controlling their lives. They don't want, them to suffer.
And then the other one was where Dr. Fate like tells him about sarcasm, and then the Rock goes and repeats something that Hawkman says, and then Dr. Fate goes, that was sarcasm, wasn't it? And the Rock goes, yeah. And I'm like, okay, cool. That's a good callback because that actually had a punchline.
Yeah.
Everything else in this is just like garbage.
I don't know. I just enjoyed this film. I just
I can understand. Look, honestly, if you shut your brain off, you can probably enjoy this movie. Like, audiences seem to like it.
Which I don't think audiences... critics.
Yeah. Which is an odd one, because I normally either agree or disagree. So, hey, look, that's life, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I don't think there's much else I want to say.
Oh, we haven't spoken of villain.
Oh, because he's so forgettable.
Random friend who...
So random.
Random guy who's working for the main lady, who's fine in this movie. She's fine. She has no purpose, but, like... I'm glad they didn't make her a love interest. I would have gone fucking apeshit if they did that. Like, he becomes
Wait until the sequel.
Yeah. Oh, God. No, it's him fighting Shazam, so there won't be time.
Yeah.
Actually, no, it will be him fighting Superman, because that's what The Rock cares about. He doesn't give a shit about Shazam at all.
Which is stupid, because he's a Shazam villain.
Yeah. But no, he wants to fight the most powerful character in the DCEU.
Well, arguably Shazam is just as powerful, because it's considering they're literally the same character.
Yeah, but it's a small child, and he doesn't want to fight a small child because he knows that he'll have to lose to that small child. And he knows that he'll have to lose to Superman, but at least he'll be able to put up a lot of fight, and he'll be going there, oh yeah, but it's Superman, so I couldn't win. Whereas if it was a small child, he would have to win. Because as we know, The Rock doesn't like losing in any film and has to have a hit total of, he can only be hit the same amount of times as someone else.
Has anyone checked that? Has anyone checked that?
Yeah, that's an actual thing.
Have you checked it in this film?
No, because I don't. It's only between him and like Vin Diesel and Jason Statham. But I imagine it's also part of his contract for this. But because he's a guy who's basically untouchable, I don't think anyone hits him except that guy with the stick that's in the trailer that I found so annoying.
It just smacks him in the head. Why do these people think it's going to happen? He's literally bulletproof, and they think, I know what I'm going to do. Also, I'm going to smack him in the head.
That's a fucking thing. They have one moment where they shoot him with the Kandak bullet thing, and he gets weakened and unconscious, right?
Oh, yeah. I know
and then he just immediately wakes up, freaks out a bit, because he looks in a mirror. Like, they didn't have water where a reflection was. And like, oh, he's not scared by cars, computers, technology, anything like that. He shoots a TV, and they have like a Western moment where it's just like, oh, and then he just blasts them with lightning. And it's just like, okay, because he shoots a TV earlier, and he thinks it's real, because he's from the past. And then he's not freaked out by guns. He's not freaked out by anything else. He's just scared of a mirror. Like, I can see myself. And then he's weak because of that. And then he just lightnings himself, and then it's never touched on upon again. Like, that's not like how the villains are like able to have at least a fighting chance against him. They just shoot regular bullets. They don't shoot any of those other bullets at all at him. They don't.
It's a bit of a wasted moment, really, isn't it?
They see that it works, and it knocks him out. Granted, he kills them afterwards, but then he falls over, and like someone could have seen it. But like, it's not touched upon again. Like, he has no weakness in this, except that he goes and tries to drown himself towards the end.
Yeah.
And then the villain is, friend who is like secretly is running the whole organization that they're trying to stop. The woman and her brother. I thought it was all right. Oh no, that was the other joke. It was when he runs out with a lead pipe against the zombies. There's zombies in this, or the undead, randomly, and then the villagers have a little moment where they're like, "Yeah, let's go fight the zombies, not the Kodak army."
No, yeah.
we're gonna fight our oppressors, which are the zombies, not the Kodak army.
Well, no, they wanted to all be oppressed as well. The underworld wanted to oppress them again.
Yeah, but it's like, well, if you have them be like reanimated Kodak people, it would have made more sense. It's just random zombies. Like, they're not Kodak. They're not wearing like Kodak armor or anything.
There
like
was
that.
probably an R-rated reason for that.
Probably. But yeah. And then it's just him, and then he becomes like the literal devil.
Yeah, I think,
which is weird for ancient Egypt, because I don't think they believed in that kind of devil.
Oh yeah, just don't.
It just straight went to Catholicism, just straight Christianity.
Talking about that devil, for me, the CGI in this film was mostly good, apart from that devil.
There's a few moments where the Rock's face looks weird,
but that devil specifically.
Oh yeah, no, the devil's garbage.
Yeah, that is like the worst thing with the CGI.
It's the third act villain problem again. It's just like it's like Wonder Woman. Like, Wonder Woman's good up until the villain, and it's just like weird CGI grey smoke, and then he just tears him in half, and it's just like lava goo, and I'm like, that's PG-13 right there.
That's meant to be blood.
That's meant to be like blood splurting out on his face and dripping and entrails.
And they're like,
and
all right. Let's change this to lava.
Let's just change this to goop.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's not an interesting death, because it's just like, oh yeah, we have a little bit of... Dr. Fate is holding his own pretty much against the devil. And then, like, oh no, I can't win this. Just trap him in a fucking thing and send him to the hell again. Like, we don't really get Dr. Fate's powers. It's just, he just seems to be able to multiply himself and just dogpile people. And then maybe has like a little protective shield that pops up. Like, his powers aren't really anything unless the plot needs them to be something.
Right, this film is just better if you don't turn your brain off. Just don't think.
Yes.
If you don't think,
I can't do that a lot of the time.
If you don't think, and you can just go in there and you have a great time, I promise you. But if you just start thinking, you can tear this film apart very easily.
Yeah, I was gonna watch this movie again because it'd been like 2 weeks since I watched it, and I was like, no, I don't want to.
I would agree with you. Even though I have enjoyed this film, I don't want to watch it again.
Yeah.
And it's not a film I would say you need to go and watch. But if you do choose to watch
it... we do not know where DC is. This could get ripped out of the timeline and just put into the empty time zone.
Ironically, I know you might not like this film, but it's probably still one of the better things they've put out. If you include the first Suicide Squad, Wonder Woman 1984.
You never watched it, so you can't have an opinion.
I've seen clips of it, and I don't want to watch it. I have the ability to watch it, and I do not want to watch it.
Yeah, it's not great.
The Joss Whedon...
Considering how good the first one was, like, it is a major step down.
Batman v Superman as well.
Yeah.
Another worst film, probably.
Aquaman.
Aquaman.
I reckon this probably sits alongside Aquaman.
Yeah, probably about that point. But like, it didn't do as well.
It's a mess, but it's like functional.
Yeah. It's a functional mess.
It's like you can sort of see what they were trying to do, and if you're like, if this was probably timed better and wasn't slightly worse, this probably might have made $1 billion as well. But like, yeah, thank God it didn't.
And then we got Shazam 2 coming out next year.
Yep, and we got Aquaman 2 next year.
Are you expecting
and the Flash?
And the Flash, yeah.
God, I hope James Gunn, because he's in control now, cancels the Flash.
They won't. DC's put too much money into the Flash. They need to release it.
Yeah, but
I just can't believe they're reshooting it with Ezra Miller. I just cannot believe that.
Yeah.
They argued we cannot reshoot it because there's not enough money. All right, we're gonna reshoot it with Ezra Miller.
Yep. We can't release. Imagine the tax write-off they could have gotten from the Flash.
Tax write-off, yeah.
Yeah, if they tax wrote off the Flash, they'd get way more money than fucking Batgirl.
Although supposedly the Flash film was meant to be way better than the Batgirl film.
Yeah, but Batgirl was meant to be as good as Black Adam. So
yeah, I suppose. Yeah.
This is what I don't understand.
I think Batgirl would have had a lot more backlash, just because people are sexist on the internet.
But Michael Keaton's in it, and they would have jizzed themselves.
But Michael Keaton was in Batgirl as well.
Yeah, he was in Batman. Yeah, he was Batman. This was Michael Keaton was in Batgirl.
Well, he's in Flash as well, so, you know.
Well, yeah, I think that's the reason they canned it, because it was meant to come out after The Flash. The Flash was meant to have released years ago. And then they would have had Michael Keaton's Batman be, but they don't know whether or not they're going to keep that timeline. So they were like, well, we're just going to write it off and get rid of it. Because the Flash is meant to be their reset point to fully determine what timeline is the correct timeline. But they can't release the Flash because Ezra Miller went crazy.
How much money was put into the Flash film?
Like 300 million at this point.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, apparently it is closer to 300 million as of August. And it's going to go up. And supposedly, with marketing, Flash film will be about 700 million to break even.
I think the most expensive movie ever made is the Pirates of the Caribbean 4.
Is it really? It's not Endgame?
No, because that's like 250 million.
Endgame? I thought it was 500.
No, that's marketing included. That's not like the production cost. Like, it was 250 million to make it, 250 million to market it, then 250 million to make Infinity War, and
yes, you're right. It's Pirates Caribbean on Stranger Tides, which had a budget of 378.5 million.
Yeah, nearly 400 million. And then it's the one that people forget that it even exists.
They made
the one with the mermaids.
I'm sure the Pirates Caribbean made that much money.
Sure it did, but it's still fucking expensive. Like
Flash will be more than that. Flash might be more than that.
We'll see. I think adjusted for inflation, that's even more expensive. So
that's true. Inflation's like nothing now. Money's worth nothing.
Oh yeah, God. That's
anyway,
crazy.
I think we should end it there. We seem to be sidetracked now. I don't have anything else to say.
I hate the kid.
You hate the kid.
Generally, it's one of the most annoying kids in movies. Like, normally kids, I'm like, you give or take, and then there are some who are perfectly reasonable who you just don't hate at all. And then there are kids that you like, which is a weird sentence to say. And then there are the ones that you absolutely despise. This is one of the kids that I absolutely despise because he's so fucking annoying. Like, he feels like he's just meant to be that character that you're meant to connect to. But I would not fucking skateboard away in a building filled with terrorists or like mercenary people that are going to shoot the shit out of me as a quick way of getting away because I just slowly roll.
All right, like, we've had it. We've had it. You've had your rant.
Also, his little moment at the end where he gets to do his little A symbol or whatever the fuck it is, the little triangle that the kid from the past did, which he has no knowledge of. He just runs up.
What's in the book? It's in the book.
Huh?
It's in the book. Explain what happened in the past. Yeah,
I guess, but did he read it?
I'm pretty sure. I mean, the legend of the champion in Kahndaq is huge, so
I guess there is the statue of his son, which looks very much like The Rock.
And everyone thinks is The Rock.
Yeah.
Even people in Kahndaq think is The Rock.
Yeah, it's a bald statue, so yeah, it's the bald guy. Yeah, we will see you for, I think, Enola Holmes 2.
Is that our next review?
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
Because it's the first ever thing we reviewed on this channel.
Yeah, it was.
So I thought, we'll do the sequel.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think Enola Holmes 2, and then Black Panther.
Yes, Black Panther as well, yeah.
Yeah, Enola Holmes comes out before Black Panther.
I'm pretty sure I'm going to cry on that film.
I'm going to see it with a bunch of people from my work because it will be my last day.
Oh, really? Yeah. But I'm pretty sure I'm going to cry on that film. I don't know about you. You probably won't, but
I'm not going to cry when there's a bunch of people.
I don't know.
If I watch it again, I'll probably cry on my own. But then again, I did cry in Endgame. I mean, that's the only one I've cried at.
It's just Chadwick Boseman, isn't it? It's just a lot more emotional weight to it.
Yeah,
the actual film hasn't.
So
it's just because of.
No, I'm joking. But yeah, no, I will be sad. I think. Yeah. I hope this is good. I hope it's a good send off.
I hope so too.
Some reviews are out and it's positive, so we'll see. But then again, this was positive, so it could be a train wreck.
Right.
But yeah, no. Black Adam, Enola Holmes, Black Panther. We got an Oreo sandwich.
We have.
Oh, Henry Cavill was in Enola
Holmes. Yes.
There we go.
I've been trying to end the podcast for 4 minutes now. Get out.
No.
See you later.
We'll see you next time, everybody. Goodbye.